Yeah, so he's in hospital right now. I'll be heading over there after this to check in on him. Um, it's a bitter pill to swallow. This sport is the highest highs and the lowest lows,
Yeah.
and we got to take some time to assess what the next move is, and obviously now rehab and recovery is where it's at. Um, but yeah, let's talk about the fight.
All right,
Let's talk about the fight.
let's talk about the fight. What obviously before the end, what were your takeaways from the exchanges that they had on the feet? What were you liking there?
So it was the minute he opened up, and I thought the last couple of weeks training went fantastic, and he went in with that nice wide open stance and starts off with a bunch of kicks, and at that kind of 2 minute mark, it was reminding me a lot of the New York fight, the Eddie fight, and he predicted it would be a kind of a masterclass like that, and was really starting to believe that's how it was going. It was going fantastic. I thought he looked really, really good in there. I think it was about the halfway point. Then there was an exchange where Dustin landed a good cross, and he pushed Conor back one or two punches, and then there was a clinch that went to the fence. And we drilled a lot in this position. I studied Dustin a lot on defense and his fight with Holloway, for example, and we knew that head would be there for the guillotine, so we had drilled that a lot.
It looks tight.
Maybe, he has a wicked guillotine. Conor has a very, very strong guillotine. Um, a slight tactical error going to his back with it, and Dustin did a fantastic job of getting his leg over to the far side, opposite to his head, to relieve the pressure. There was a bit of a struggle to get the head free. Eventually, Dustin got the head free, and then he landed some decent ground and pound. Now, most of them caught on the gloves and the forearms. Afterwards, Conor had no marks, no bruising, swelling, cuts, anything like that. So I think most of them were parried, but for sure that was Dustin's moment. He had some he's obviously winning there in the judges' eyes. In saying that, I thought some of the drills we done with feet on the hip, shin in the front, and then controlling the head and landing our own elbows to try and cause a separation. And then when Dustin stood up, he got off some nice up kicks. Some of them just whizzed past, and some landed pretty well. So all in all, up until that point, let's say that's almost 4.5 minutes, I wasn't concerned at all. I was actually really, really happy, and I knew what I was going to be saying. I've always decided what I'm going to say in between rounds at about the 4.5 minute mark. So I already knew when we went back to the stool, I was going to just encourage him to keep on doing what he was doing with the kicks. I felt Dustin was going to try to close a little bit heavier this time, so we would be looking to, rather than exchange a punch, just slide back, the kind of classic slide back left hand he did on Aldo, and to look for those type of techniques, slide back left cross, slide back left uppercut, and just kind of let Dustin fall into that open space. 5 minute mark, even 4:45 mark, everything's gravy. I thought energy looked good, technique looked good. Few adjustments in between rounds, and I thought round two we were well on track to getting possibly finish it there, or at least keep going, keep the rhythm going for the rest of the fight.